This afternoon. Armed thugs destroy ADC secretariat in Ubima, fire shots near Amechi's residence. President Tinubu announces settlement of long-running oil drilling dispute with ENI and AGIP. Senate summons ex-NMPCL CEO over alleged 210 trillion naira mismanagement. On the foreign scene, US and Venezuela agree to restore diplomatic relations. I'm Ifechukwu Muonyili with the news. Well, we begin this afternoon's news in Ubima community in Ikwere local government area of River State, where armed thugs have reportedly destroyed the Ward 8 Secretariat of the African Democratic Congress. Nigeria Info gathered that the attackers also fired sporadically at the gate of the family residence of former Minister of Transportation Chibuike Amechi, who was a key leader of the ADC in the South-South. The incident comes amid reports that the former River State governor is expected in his hometown today to officially register with the party. This is the second reported attack on ADC members in the state in recent months. Earlier, party members were allegedly attacked in Iguruta community in the same local government area during a sensitization program. The River State Police Command is yet to issue an official statement on the incident. Away from that now, the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sunday Aneke, wants the River State government to hand over the Mother and Child Hospital and a state-owned primary school located within the Air Force Base to the Nigeria Air Force. Air Marshal Aneke made the request during a visit to the state governor, Siminalayi Fubara, at the government house in Port Harcourt on Thursday. Aneke also thanked the state government for its continued support. The Chief of Air Staff advised the state government to consider the use of drones to enhance security across the state.
Handed over to the Air Force, I believe, with the partnership of the state government to be able to benefit surrounding the communities. The school can also be used to accommodate the proposed Nafoa school for children with special needs. The second request, sir, is the transfer of the Mother Child Hospital to the Nigerian Air Force. Why we're requesting for that is the fact that the base hospital is located deep inside the base. And as usual with military environment, accessibility becomes a problem for the average civilian. So the location of the modern care makes it a lot easier for people to have access to Medicare.
In his response, Governor Siminalayi Fubara said the state government would consider the request. He explains that his administration's support for the Nigerian Air Force is aimed at benefiting the state, its residents, and the Air Force.
I will find out the true position of the school from the Minister of Education. Then I will also see what we can do. But I don't think that school will be a better place for the special needs school. We can get a special place for it. And the other one has to do with the Mother and Child Hospital. The Mother and Child Hospital is a state facility too. I think there's a concession on it. Because I know that there's a team that is managing that hospital now. Although the River State government is also part of it, but so we'll look at the terms of the arrangement and see what we can work out.
In another development, Speaker of the River State House of Assembly, Martin Amihule, has explained the reason for the delay in confirming the commissioner nominees submitted by Governor Siminalayi Fubara. He says 7 of the 9 commissioner nominees have presented their credentials. Amihule says the screening of the nominees will begin once the remaining 2 submit theirs. Recall that Governor Fubara had on Tuesday forwarded the names of 9 persons to the Assembly for screening and confirmation as commissioners. While the Assembly awaits the submission of documents from all the commissioner nominees for screening and confirmation, the spokesperson of the Trade Union Congress in River State, Dr. Innocent Lord Douglas, emphasizes the economic benefit of appointing a seasoned energy expert as Commissioner for Power. He spoke with our correspondent, Soebi Oruwari.
Electricity sector should be one of the sector that should have a very critical selection in whosoever that is going to become the commissioner. Politics should be far away from this. Politics should be out of whosoever they are going to select to become the commissioner of power in River State. It should look for a partisan technocrat in the power sector, and that is going to give us a link.
Dr. Lord Douglas says the state stands to gain significantly by aligning with the new power sector framework, particularly through the appointment of a knowledgeable professional to lead the Ministry of Power.
because this sector is going to revamp the economy of Rivers State. The revitalization of Rivers State economy is going to have a limb, because with the resources Rivers State have in this electricity sector, Rivers State will be so rich in electricity and again be an exporter of energy to nearby states, including the federal grid.
Moving on now, the chairman of Ikwere Local Government Area, Charles Nwobodo, has expressed gratitude to the Grow Africa Youth Initiative for acknowledging his administration's development achievement within a short time in office. Speaking during a courtesy visit by members of the group to his office in Ifechukwu, Nwobodo said the recognition would motivate him to do more for the people of Ikwere Local Government Area.
I want to thank you for coming. Second, I want to thank you for recognizing the work that you did so far. It is people like you that gives us more energy to work hard. I know that you would have been following us through social media. We have done a lot of projects. Within 6 months, we know what we have achieved so far. I'm not in doubt the fact that you recognize us.
Earlier, the leader of the delegation and president of the Grow Africa Youth Initiative, Ozim Temple, said the visit was to honor the chairman for his remarkable achievements recorded since he assumed office. Temple also noted that the organization is currently sensitizing young people on the dangers of drug abuse while promoting youth empowerment and skills acquisition programs.
We are here basically for two reasons. One is to seek partnership for our ongoing programs on drug abuse. Then two is to reintroduce the concept of Pan-Africanism by saluting your immense contributions to public service as actually been seen in the quotidian running of your office. Having keenly observed your own very antecedents, your open door policy and your commitment to young people, most especially very few months that you have also been in the office. We have been to so many local governments, and from what we have seen here in the Ikwere local government, this very secretariat is equivalent to some state government secretariat in other states. You are a man that have shown open door policy to everyone that comes your way, irrespective of where they come from.
Our correspondent reports that the highlight of the visit was the presentation of an award to the council chairman for his contribution to nation building and the development of Ikwere local government area. In other news, President Bola Tinubu has announced the successful settlement of a long-standing dispute between the federal government, ENI, and Nigerian Ajib Exploration Limited over oil prospecting license 245. The agreement, signed in Abuja, ends a dispute lasting more than 15 years and paves the way for the development of one of Nigeria's most important deepwater oil resources. President Tinubu says the resolution signals to global investors that Nigeria is committed to resolving legacy issues transparently and restoring confidence in the energy sector. The settlement reflects improvements under the Petroleum Industry Act and ongoing government reforms aimed at boosting investment and governance in the oil and gas industry. And at the National Assembly, the Senate Committee on Public Accounts has summoned former NNPCL Group CEO Mele Kyari to explain an alleged 210 trillion naira that was not properly accounted for between 2017 and 2023. Kyari was summoned along with former CFO Umar Ajia Isa and former Group General Manager of National Petroleum Investment Management Service, Bala Wunti. Committee Chairman Senator Aliyu Wadada says the summons follows a review of audit report on the National Oil Company. He warns that the committee could issue arrest warrant if the former official fails to appear on the scheduled date. The former management team is expected to appear alongside the current NNPCL leadership, led by GCEO Bayo Ojulari, and the external auditors who worked with the company during the period under review. Let's go on a quick break now. When we return, Israel ambassador warns Iran poses security risks for Nigeria. Stay with us. percent of their total annual salary, effective from January 1st, 2026. The scheme ensures officers with at least 10 years of service retire with dignity and financial security, complementing the existing contributory pension scheme. Its design follows consultation by an interministerial committee involving the National Pension Commission, the Budget Office, and the Office of the Accountant General. Head of the Civil Service, Didi Wilson-Jack, describes the approval as a breakthrough move that recognizes the dedication and professionalism of civil servants. Meanwhile, the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities is raising an alarm over delayed February 2026 salaries for federal university staff, saying the situation is causing severe hardship for workers and their families. In a statement, National President Mohammed Ibrahim says the delay is lowering morale and affecting productivity in the universities. SANU urges the government to ensure immediate payment of salaries, accelerate negotiations with non-teaching university unions, and provide accurate information to the public, warning that failure to act could prompt further actions. Let's now tell you that a U.S. District Court has sentenced 34-year-old Nigerian Adeboju Babatunde Salako to 6.5 years in federal prison for his role in a $5 million COVID-19 relief fraud. Salako, who lives in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, pleaded guilty to wire fraud and money laundering conspiracies, as well as 7 additional counts of wire fraud in Alaska. Court documents show he and 2 accomplices used stolen identities to fraudulently obtain loans and unemployment benefit from during 2021. Now, the court ordered Salako to pay over $2.5 million in restitution to victims of the scheme. And now to rising tensions in Iran and what the conflict could mean for security and stability here in Nigeria. Israeli ambassador to Nigeria, Michael Freeman, is accusing Iran of supporting extremist activities in Nigeria and other parts of the world. Speaking during an interview on Arise Television, Freeman alleges that Tehran funds groups aimed at destabilizing countries while maintaining hostility toward Israel. He claims Iran has backed groups such as Hamas and Hezbollah and was behind the October 7 attack on Israel. Freeman also alleges that Iran supports the Islamic movement of Nigeria, citing statement and social media posts by Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei. In sports, the Confederation of the African Football has postponed the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations from March to July 25th, August 16, amid uncertainty over whether Morocco can still host the tournament. Questions about Morocco's ability to stage the event on the new date have led CAF to explore alternative hosts, with South Africa openly offering to step in if needed. Despite the uncertainty, CAF says preparations for the tournament are ongoing and remains confident the competition will be successfully staged. The tournament will also serve as Africa's qualifying event for the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup, for the 4 semi-finalists and in automatic qualification.
And now, we bring you news from around the world.
The United States and Venezuela have agreed to restore diplomatic and consular relations in a major step toward improving ties between the two countries. The agreement aims to promote stability, support economic recovery, and encourage political reconciliation in Venezuela. Relations between the two nations have been improving since the capture of former Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro by the U.S. earlier this year. As part of the renewed engagement, the U.S. Embassy in Caracas has reopened, and diplomatic activities between both countries are expected to increase.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
On the news this afternoon, you heard armed thugs have destroyed ADC Secretariat in Ubima community and have fired shots near residence of former Minister of Transportation Chibika Amechi. We told you that President Bola Tinubu has announced the settlement of the long-running oil drilling dispute with ENI and AGIP. We reported that the Senate has summoned former NNPCL CEO Mele Kyari and alleged 10 naira mismanagement while he was in office. And on foreign scene, US and Venezuela have agreed to restore diplomatic and consular relations. Each team send SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I am Ifechukwu Muonyili. Many thanks for listening.